Most of the notes in Star Dancer come from the G major scale, starting with open G and going up from the G string, playing the tetrachord on the G string to the D string, and then back down. On the G string, we have a major fingering pattern or 2-3 fingering pattern where we have whole step, half step, whole step. Likewise, on the D string, we also have the same fingering pattern, major pattern or 2-3 pattern, whole step, half step, whole step again. And sometimes we have violins and first violins and cellos playing on the A string, and they're given C sharps, with the Lydian thing. So they have whole step, half step, whole step again. Now, the difference is for the bass players, and the bass players start on the A string when they play their C natural here, and that's going to be a minor pattern for them, and we'll see this minor pattern some. Sometimes we'll see be a half step below it, which will be first finger on the A string, and then second finger on the A string, certainly not fourth finger on the A string. Once we get our foundational tone in place, we can start working on these tetrachords. I'd start with the G string, make sure we got really good tone, and as we're putting down the left hand, we want to have good left hand tone too. Nice, relaxed, don't squeeze. Good left hand shapes, lots of finger pressure so we can get really good tone. On those thicker strings, we're going to have to push down the string a little bit more. Now, for cellos and violas, when they're playing on the C string, it's open C, so they don't have to worry about pressing that down with the left hand, but they've got quite a bit of material on the G string, so we want to make sure that their fingers can press down the string hard enough so that the string will resonate appropriately. The bass players are on the A string. That's a pretty thick string. They don't play on the E string for Star Dancer, but we're still going to have them play on the E string a little bit for one of our exercises. But we want to get that tetrachord in tune on the G string. And I like to have basses play G on the E string, second finger, while everybody else is playing open G. And then they can play open A, B, C, open D for that tetrachord, and then come back down, open D, C, B, open A, G on the E string. The reason why I like to have the bass player start there instead of trying to do it on the open G and then shift up all over the place is because that's where most of their notes lie for Star Dancer, so that's where I wanted to start. With the exception of G on the E string, all their other notes that they're going to play for Star Dancer kind of fall within that range. You master that G tetrachord and then try the one on the D string. Same process, just have them make good tone and make sure they can play D in tune. Open D should be no problem. Everybody's playing open D. Then E, make sure F sharp's in tune. G, basses go up to open G. And then A, cellos can go up to open A, that's fine. For violins and violas, you can have them play fourth finger A. You can have them cross strings to open A. It doesn't really matter, but they need to be able to make good tone. You've got your G tetrachord in tune, and then you've got your D tetrachord in tune. We can put those together, and now we can play a G major scale. So everybody's going to play in the same octave that they played in for the tetrachords, meaning that the basses are going to be starting on the E string, and we're going to play a G major scale, and we're going to play it once all together, and then we're going to make it fun. We're going to kind of harmonize, and you can do it in different ways. I like to have my low string start off by playing first G, then A, and then when they play B, I'm going to have my upper strings come in on G, and we're going to play the scale in harmonic thirds up and down so that everybody can tune in harmony. You can make this more fun by having each section come in. You can have your bass player start G, A, and then cellos G, A, and then violas G, A, second violins G, A, first violins G, A. You can do it backwards. You can start with your first violins and go the other way. But it's much easier to tune in harmony than it is in unison. I still like to have that unison foundation, but then we start getting everybody to play in harmony, and it really helps to to develop pitch, and it also helps to develop listening. We need to make sure that our students listen to one another, especially if this is a festival experience or something, some kind of event where they're not necessarily used to playing with all of these other people. We need to get them to listen inside of their section and also have them listen to other sections. You know, we have a term for people who don't listen, and it's called Congress. Teaching orchestra. That's just a joke. We love our Congress people, and we're so happy that they support music education, because music education is wonderful for cognitive development. #follow the science. But yes, we need to listen to each other, and harmony makes it so much easier to do, so we can practice that scale in a fun way and get everybody listening, and then see if we can maintain that pitch for Star Dancer. We start playing through Star Dancer, the open strings should be pretty good. We might have an issue with this C right off the bat, third finger C. I would have your first violin start to prepare that C. We can't do it in the second violins because they've got open G going on, but we can have our first violins get our third finger ready to go, get that bow set so that we're ready to play that C in tune, and then work on coming in on that C and matching our bass players and our cello players, the open C here, so that we're playing nice and in tune when the first violins join us in measure 3. If you start to play through this and the pitch starts to suffer, don't keep going. Stop. Maintain that culture of tuning. If you keep going on, you're just telling everybody, hey, playing out of tune is fine. Don't worry about it. If stuff starts to get off the rails, stop everything. Hey, let's work on some more tuning exercises. Let's play a tetrachord or two. Hey, let's play some more scales. Let's play it in a fun way, okay? This time we're going to play 2 half notes per scale degree. Oh, maybe we'll play 4 quarter notes per scale degree, or 8 eighth notes per scale degree. Maybe just 1 half note, 2 quarter notes, 4 eighth notes, maybe just 1 quarter note, maybe just 2 eighth notes. 1 eighth note, you think we can do that? You think we can do that in harmony with everybody? That might be tricky. We might get a few giggles out of that too. But we're having fun, and we're also working on pitch, and we're working on our listening skills. All right, so now we've got a good handle on tone. We've got a good handle on pitch. What's left? Well, now we got to make sure that we can all play together. So we're going to need to get a good handle on rhythm, make sure that there's no rushing, make sure we don't have people playing in the rests. And we also need to figure out what to do with some of these accents and try to enhance the style of this piece. So that's what we're going to be working on in the next video, and I hope to see you then.